What is up, guys? We're back with another episode. Um, this episode is going to be a little bit different. We're not going to have like talk about game news or anything like that. We're going to be hitting on stories. This episode is going to be giving one of my stories from my childhood, and my teammate, my friend here, my homie. He's gonna also give his story. So it's just like stories from the past that we think would be interesting. Just try something different. Probably call this like extra stories. Nice ring there. We just give like either funny stories or something that happened in the past. Just hit on that. Nothing too big. And just talk about it.
Slayer.
And yeah, I'm here with the homie.
Um, alright. So this is either gonna be very funny or funny because it's sad. So we'll see.
Gain the lead.
My story is about the time I ran into a building.
What? Like in
Yeah,
a
it's-
car or?
I'll give you context. Okay, so I used to live in a city.
Yeah.
Well, when I was there, I was very little.
Mhm.
So at the time, I had my mom. Well, me, my mom, and my grandma were walking down the street.
Okay.
So me being myself, I ran because I was excited or something, and I was running full speed. My grandma and my mom were like, "Hey, turn around, maybe you're gonna look where you're going. You're gonna hit something." So then I turn around to see what they're talking about, and then they're like, "No, no, 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 no! Look in front of you! Look in front of you! Don't look at us!" And I turned around again, and I ran straight into a brick wall,
Oof. Oof.
and I fell on the ground, and I cracked my skull open.
What?
Yep.
How
So
did-
there I
how
am,
did
just
you-
sitting on the floor. Hold on. I'm sitting there on the floor and crying, just sitting there a little stunned for a second, and then blood starts pouring out of my head.
Bro, what was the
Yeah.
hospital bill? Should have been like
Killing spree.
crazy. How did they repair that? Did you get like
Stitches?
staples or? Oh, okay. I know of
Stitches.
if it's like a certain size, you could have a choice between staples or stitches. But wow. So how long were you in the hospital?
That I don't remember, but I do remember that I had a They told me that if I left my scar showing, it would change colors for some reason. And as a kid, I was like, that sounds fun. But they gave me a baseball hat to wear to cover my head, or I had one for that. So
Do you still have the scar?
yeah, but it's shrunk a lot.
Did it ever
'Cause
change?
yeah.
Did it ever change colors?
Double kill.
No, because my mom probably told me to keep my hat on.
Oh, so if you didn't have anything to cover it, it would start changing
Yeah.
colors. Oh, okay.
Which I don't know the science behind that or what exactly would have done that, but hey.
It's probably like because some parts of the wound would be in the air, like bacteria, particles, or whatever. I would have to
Oh yeah, true.
like air exposure.
And that's basically all that she wrote. That's all that there is.
Wow.
What story do you have?
Story I'm about to share with you it's quite a wild one. If I wasn't, it's safe to say that I survived it, because if I didn't, like, I wouldn't be here being able to tell this story about how a metal steel rod would have went inside me, paused, and completely destroyed me. Like, it impaled, and I just wouldn't be here. So it's quite a funny story. It's funny in a way. Looking back on it, I was probably in like 6th, 5th grade, and I went to go down to visit one of my family members, and does construction, and he's building his house, you know, next to not too far away from my aunt's, but he's like constructing a house. He's gonna live in it. He's done construction for a while, so he knows what he's doing. He has like you know, the gravel. You know, I'm trying to think of the proper name for the claw machine that picks up stuff like dirt and stuff and moves it. I can't think of the name right now, but he has the cement like laid out at the bottom with the gravel and the steel rods, and you know, laying foundation and all that for his basement that he's building, because how his house is structured, there's like a little cliff hang off, and he's wanting to fill some of that up with brick and then have like a basement area. He wants a big basement because there's potential for a huge basement. I'm talking about like a layer, right? We're talking layer size basement, like man cave. Like every man would want this basement. But it obviously the whole house was still in production, but there were safe parts to walk around. And you know, in his house he had a lot of doors and a lot of open areas because he's still building it, it's still in the works. There's certain parts you can enter, certain parts you cannot enter, that we will get to, that we will enter. So it's me, my cousin, my dad, and we're there. It's my grandfather's house, so he's building it, and he specifically told me not to go running around the house because there's certain parts that weren't finished. He said when you open doors, make sure you look down before you step, because he's building the basement part, and he told us that it was the door back left. And he also told us look down where you step because there's some parts where he's still laying tile. There's some parts where there's some like the it's I can't remember the stuff that you put down before you lay the tile, but it's that stuff that was still wet, and just to be careful in
Cement?
general. Yeah, cement. So we get there. We obviously do the opposite. My dad talked to my granddad. We were in the middle part of the room. I can't remember what section of the house we were in, but I'm pretty sure it was the living room area. We're just standing in the middle. We're talking. My cousin, he's messing with me. You know, we're play fighting, and then he like walks off, and we get he thinks he's gonna leave me after he just started like a fight. He just engaged in a duel, and he thinks he can just leave. No. So I chase him, and he's older than me, stronger than me at this time. That was a bad idea. So I tried to then flee from the fight, and we're running throughout the house. I'm pretty sure my dad and my grandfather, they stepped outside at this point. So we're running through the house, mind you that. And I was trying to get away from him. And, we're busting through doors. We're just like, do, run, boom, open one door, slide here, slide there, break his ankles, run out the door, slam it. Like we're making so much noise, and they're my dad and grandpa, they're talking, and there was just one door, we went through, that was not a true door, and we're running through. He's behind me, chasing. We're laughing, and I open this one door. Air. I look down my heart. I don't feel any ground. I'm holding onto the doorknob. My reflexes, oh my goodness. Because if I would have let go of the doorknob, there were like 6, 7 steel rods at the bottom, possibly more, that were just sticking up. Like where I would have fell. The rest were like on the ground, but I'm pretty sure it was like a good amount. It looked like a Vietnam War trap. The traps that they have in the jungle where the U.S. soldiers like walk through, and it just they step in a pile of grass. It's not like a pile of leaves or grass or whatever. And they just fall through on spikes.
Yeah.
That's literally what it felt like. I swing over the door.
Damn.
I feel the air. I look out and I'm outside. I'm holding on to the doorknob. I'm holding on to the side of the door because I caught myself.
Mm.
1 foot, 1 leg out, I should say. Not even a foot. I had my whole leg out, foot included. And I'm just there, and I tried to go back in, and I slip. And I turn around, and I don't know how I did it, but I grabbed the and it's really deep too. It's really like high up because he hasn't finished layering stuff to get it the level that he wants it to build it. So it's pretty high up. And I don't remember how high up, but it's high enough to where if I fall and hit that rod, it's going through and we're gone.
Killing spree.
I don't know how I did it. I turned around and I grabbed like half. I got like half my body on the thing, and I was like holding on. I was slipping, and my cousin, he runs up and says, "Oh sh!" He runs up, right? He runs up and says, "Oh my goodness." He's like, "What are you doing? Like, be careful, bro." And I was like, we just weren't just running through the house, something we weren't supposed to do. And I remember he just picked me up. We just looked at each other. We closed the door and we never talked about it ever again.
Oh wow.
And they came back in the house at some point, and they were like, what are y'all doing? And we literally just looked at each other like, oh yeah, you should show me around the house. So like we strictly like never talked about it. We never talked about it ever again.
Yeah, okay.
Did not mention it to each other. But yeah, it was it's funny to like think about now. But yeah, how a game of tag almost led to one of us never playing ever again and being it forever. So
Yeah.
so yeah, that's my story. Well, let us know your stories in the comments down below. Let us know how let us know an interesting story, and we'll pick the best story in the comments, and we'll pin it, heart it, and mention it in the next video. And with that being said, I'm XtraVolts, and
Fine.
we will see you guys in the next stream.